Welcome everyone. So we'll get ready to start. So today's class is going to be something a little bit different. It's going to be a bit more kid friendly, hopefully. And it will be suitable for all ages. Just do what you can do. Some of the oldies out there might struggle a little bit with some of the poses, but that's okay, it's a bit more for the kids today. So we're going to start from a seated position. So you can just sit cross-legged, make a crisscross. And you can rest the hands down, either on the knees or in the lap, wherever feels good for you today. So we're going to just start by imagining that you have a seed planted at the base of your spine, which is right down in the tailbone. So see if you can imagine that there's a seed at the base of your spine. And imagine that this seed is growing all the way up, turning into whatever you imagine, some sort of vine, growing all the way up the spine. Imagine this seed growing all the way up to the top of the head. And as you imagine this vine growing up through the spine, feel the whole body becoming longer. Just taking a few breaths here. The spine is growing upwards, keeping the shoulders relaxed. We're going to just set an intention for our practice today. So our practice, we're going to connect with the inner child. If you are an adult out there watching this, take a moment to connect with yourself, with your heart. And you can imagine the heart is at the center of the chest. This area through the center of the chest. We know the heart is actually over on the left, but imagine the heart through the center of the chest. And you can imagine a color here. Doesn't have to be red, it can be any color. And imagine this color at the center of your chest. Just take a moment to connect with your heart. Now we're going to bring the palms of hands together, and we're going to bring the thumbs so they lightly touch this heart center. And the elbows are going to come out to the sides. And press the palms of hands together firmly. Create lots of pressure. Feel the strength in your body. Press, press, press. Take a slow breath in, and exhale, relax. We're going to do this again. Press the hands together really hard. Press, press, press. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out and relax. Good. Interlock your fingers. Keep the palms of hands together. And we're going to see if we can draw a figure of 8 with the hands. If you can't manage a figure of 8, you can make a circle. And as you do this, you want to maybe notice any noises that come from your wrists, clicking and clunking. We want to help loosen up the wrists. Good. And come back the other way. It's a bit of a brain game. Good. Come back to stillness. And now we're going to press the palms of hands away from you. Big, big stretch. Stretching out the hands, the shoulders. Keep the shoulders down as you press the palms away. Big, big stretch. Good, and relax. And now press the palms of hands upwards. Try and reach the sky. Long, long stretch. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, release the hands all the way back down. Good. Okay, now we're going to come onto our hands and knees. So you won't need anything in this class. So come onto your hands and knees and bring the hands beneath your shoulders and the knees are beneath your hips. And you've got a flat back to start, looking down. So we're setting up for a pose we call in yoga cat-cow. So we're going to start with the cow. So you can imagine that you're a cow. And let your belly or your udders at the belly lower down towards the floor as you lift your head up. So this is the cow position. So your belly or your udders have lowered down, head comes up. Good. Now we're going to turn into a cat. So we're going to draw the belly in and bring the chin down towards our chest and arch through your back. So you want to feel that deep stretch as you look like a cat, arching your back. Good. And now come back to the cow pose. Lower your udders or your belly down, head comes up as you take a deep breath in. As you exhale, belly comes in, chin towards your chest as you round your back. Inhale as you lower your belly, head comes up. Exhale as you draw the belly in, chin towards your chest, round through your back. Good. So practice another 2 more like this on your own. Exhale. 1 more to go. Inhale and exhale. Good. Come back to a flat back again. Going to bring our knees nice and wide and bring the big toes to touch. And we're going to wiggle back, so we're going to lower the bottom back over the heels and walk the hands away. Good. Now we're going to bring the palms of hands together and we're going to come into what we call the shark namaste pose. So you're going to bring your shark's fin back as you bend your elbows, bring your hands, your shark's fin behind your head and tuck your chin under. Your forehead can come down onto the floor. Hands come behind your head like your shark's fin. And then we're going to imagine that we're swimming or moving like a shark. So you can move your elbows, walking them forwards, moving from side to side. So you're swimming around as your shark with the shark's fin over the head. And then on your next breath out, release your hands, bring the hands back onto the floor. Good. Slowly walk the hands back up. And we're going to sit in this position. And we're going to bring the hands down. And we're setting up for a pose we call the roaring lion. So in this pose, we're going to be making a noise. And we want to make the sound as loud as you can. So we'll do 3 breaths together. So going to be sticking the tongue out and making a sound and looking up if you can. And we want to make the roar as loud as you can. So take a slow breath in with me and roar out as you exhale. Take a breath, have a rest. Notice any sensations in your throat. Start to open in throat area as we make that loud noise. Take a slow breath in, we'll do it again. And roar it out. Good. Have a rest. Notice sensations or tickles in the throat. And we're going to do it again. 1 more. Slow breath in. Roar it out like a lion. Very good. Take a bit of a rest. Yes, let's just release our hands for a moment and turn the hands around like you're conducting an orchestra. And come back onto your knees. So we're going to, from this position, from hands and knees, cross your ankles. I'm going to do a little bit of a fancy maneuver as we start to walk our hands back and roll over our feet and let our legs come out in front. Okay, so now we're going to come into boat pose. So I'm just going to turn to the side so that you can see me. So we're going to sit up nice and tall with that nice long spine again. Holding onto the back of the legs. First of all, come onto your tippy toes. And see if you can keep your belly drawing in. So you want to keep your belly quite strong in this pose. You're going to come up onto tippy toes and then see if we can balance. Lifting up one toe off the floor, then the other. So boats are always a little bit wobbly, that's okay. See if you can find your balance. And then if you feel quite comfortable here, maybe lift up one leg so your shin is parallel to the floor, and then the other leg. Keep that belly strong. Keep the heart shining forwards. Wobbles are okay. We're going to now release the hands. Maybe one hand at a time, then the other. Now we're doing it. We're doing our boat pose. And now take a deep breath out and relax. Give yourself a hug. Well done. So now we're going to rock and roll a little bit up and down the back. So sitting it a little bit further forward if you're using a yoga mat. Holding onto the back of the thighs. And we're just going to start rocking backwards. And we're using the feet as levers so you can come all the way back up. Rocking up and down, rocking and rolling. Giving your whole back a massage. And on the next one, as you come back up, come all the way up onto your toes. Separate your legs nice and wide. This is frog pose. So you're standing on your toes, your knees are pointing outwards, your hands are inside. And we're going to walk around like a frog. And now we'll come back to stillness. And see if you can balance and bring your hands to your chest, back to this position we started with the hands touching the heart. Find your balance. If there's wobbles, that's okay. Try and focus your gaze at something still. Very good. Okay, and bring the hands back down. And this is for the really energetic ones out there, the energetic yogis. Now we're going to start jumping up and down like a frog. So do what you can. As you inhale, you can jump all the way up. Exhale down. Good. Let's do that again. And if you really feel confident, you can even try bring the hands to the chest and doing it this way. One more. Very good. Okay, so from here we're going to bring our feet in. We're going to press the hands onto the floor and start to straighten the legs. Head is hanging down. And coming into this pose we call ragdoll. So we're going to hold on to opposite elbows and let the upper body dangle down like a ragdoll. Head and neck are loose. Keep your legs a little bit bent. We want to feel that stretch out into the back of the legs. And now we're going to release the arms, and you can imagine that you have paintbrushes on your fingers, all your fingers and thumbs. So you can imagine that you've got paintbrushes, and you're going to lightly touch the floor as you start to swoosh. Imagine that you're painting a big circle around you, swooshing your fingers. Let your arms be quite loose, head and neck are loose. Swooshing around. You can imagine what colour you're painting. You still got your legs a little bit bent, swooshing from side to side. And slow it down, come back to stillness. And we're going to bend through the legs quite a lot. Slide the hands up the legs and slowly tuck your chin in. Slowly, slowly roll up like you're a seed sprouting. Come all the way up to stand. And when you're standing, you're going to roll our shoulders a few times. And a few times back. Very good. Now we're going to come into a pose called mountain pose. So you're standing with your feet about hip distance apart. And you can imagine that the top of your head, the crown of the head, is the tip of the mountain. So you can bring your hands up and bring the fingertips together and create that tip of the top of the mountain. And feel that the top of the mountain is growing upwards, so you're really nice and long, keeping that nice long spine again. Keep imagining the top of the head is that tip of the mountain. And then we're going to release one hand down, and then the other hand down. Keep imagining that mountain. And like a mountain, we're steady and strong. So the legs are strong. The middle of your body is strong. All the way up to the top of the head. And feel the top of the head, the tip of the mountain, is reaching up towards the sky. And then bringing the awareness down through your arms, down through your fingers. This is the sides of the mountain. Heading back down towards the earth. As a mountain, you feel confident and strong. Just taking a few moments here. Enjoy the feeling of being a mountain. Nothing affects you. No matter what happens around you, all the changing weather patterns, all the changing seasons, the mountain remains strong and steady and confident. And just gently now releasing, let your fingers, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bring a little bit of movement back, maybe even shake it out. Okay, so now we're going to stand with the feet together. If you need to have them a little bit apart, that's okay. And we're going to imagine that we're going to sit back into a nice big armchair. You can imagine that big armchair behind you. It's going to be so comfy. So we're going to raise the arms up, reach for the sky. And then we're going to sit back into that chair. And we're going to stop here. So looking down, make sure you can still see your toes. Sitting back into the chair so you've got that bend in your legs, but your back is nice and long. Feel strong in your legs. And now we're going to start to move. So take a breath in here. As you exhale, we're going to bend our head down as we swoosh our arms back. Aeroplane arms. As you inhale, come back up. Chair pose. Exhale, swoosh, aeroplane arms. Inhale as you come up. Do this again one more time. Exhale, reach the arms back, swoosh your arms. Inhale up, very good. Come all the way back up. Long, long stretch up towards the sky and let your arms float down. And relax for a moment, maybe even shake it out. So standing with the feet hip distance apart again. We're going to interlock our fingers and place the back of the hands on top of the head. From here, we're going to press the hands up towards the sky, long, long spine, so we can imagine that we are a palm tree. And now we're going to start swaying like a palm tree does. We're going to start to bend to the left, and then bend to the right, over to the left, over to the right. Imagine that we're swaying in the wind. Keep moving more and more from side to side. Last one. Come back to stillness again and release your arms. Slowly let them flutter down. Come back down to your sides. Good. Okay. And now we're going to keep our feet the same distance. We're going to bring our arms out to the sides. Now we're going to imagine that we are still a tree. Whatever, imagine that you are your favourite tree, but we're going to start to become really windy as we start to swoosh from side to side. So wrap your arms around your body as you look behind you. Swoosh. So the wind is blowing us around, blowing our branches. Imagine the branches swinging around, wrapping around the trunk. Let your branches swing freely from side to side. And then come back to stillness again. And just for a moment, can you close your eyes? Can you feel any sensations in your body? Maybe there's some tingling, maybe there's some pressure. Maybe you can just notice how the body has become warmer. Noticing what's happening inside your body for a moment. Maybe you're feeling more energized. And take a nice slow breath in. And open the mouth and sighs all out. And gently wiggle your fingers, gently wiggle your toes. Slowly flutter open the eyes again. Good. Okay. So now we're going to still think about our tree. You can imagine your favourite tree. Maybe it's outside in your garden. Maybe it's in the park that you go to. Try and imagine your favourite tree. And we're going to bring our hands to our hips and we're going to shift the weight over into your left foot. So you can start to imagine that you have roots growing down through the sole of your left foot. And we're going to turn the right knee out to the side and bring the foot into the inner leg. So you're pressing your foot on your inner calf. If you can, maybe even bring the foot all the way up to higher, to the inner thigh. So try to find a point in front of you, somewhere that's still. See if you can focus on your point, and this will help you with the balance. And when you feel steady, we're going to bring the hands back to the heart and bring the hands up, reaching up towards the sky. Keep imagining your tree, and as a tree, although there might be some movement in the tree always remains grounded, connected to the earth through the roots, and the tree doesn't fall over. The tree is steady, Although it can move in the wind, it still remains steady and strong. So it's okay if you're wobbling a little bit. Keep connecting down, imagining that you have those roots growing down through the sole of your left foot. And then slowly as you exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Bring the hands to your hip and release your leg back down. Good. Shake it all out. Give it a big shake. Hands on your hips. Shift your weight into your right foot now. So you can imagine that you've got roots growing into the sole of your right foot. And bring your left knee out, placing the foot against your inner leg, wherever you can reach. Try to focus your gaze at a point somewhere that's still. So this can be a point on the floor or on the wall in front of you. When you feel quite steady, bring the hands to your heart and then reach the hands up overhead, long stretch up. Keep imagining your tree, feeling steady and strong. A little bit of movement, but finding your balance. And then on your next exhale, slowly bring the hands back to your heart, back to your hips. Bring your knee in and release it down. Give it a big shake. Okay, so I'm just standing to the side now, but you can come to the top of the mat. Bring the hands down by your sides. And as you inhale, we're going to reach the hands up. And when the palms of hands together, you can make a clap. And then push them all the way back down as you exhale. So we'll do this again. Inhale, reach the arms up, make a clap. Looking up. Exhale down. We'll do one more. Inhale, reaching up, make a clap. Keep the hands together now. And now we're going to bow down or dive forwards. You can imagine that you've got that shark's fin again, and you can start to dive into the swimming pool now. You can bend your legs, diving your hands down. Good. So coming back to this position where we were before, and you can swoosh a few more times. Let the arms dangle down as you swoosh your body from side to side. Imagine you're painting with your fingers, painting the floor, swooshing around. Let your arms and head be loose. Slow down again. Good. So start to bend your legs. Come down onto your hands and knees like we were before. Now we're going to come into a pose called tiger. So bring your hands beneath your shoulders, spread your fingers, and have your knees beneath your hips. We're going to lift the right knee under, hug the knee in, and try and bring the nose towards the knee. As you inhale, send your leg back, leg is straight, bend the leg, lift the head, like a tiger. Exhale, bring the knee under, nose towards the knee. Inhale as you extend your tail, lift the head. Good, let's do one more. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale as you lift the tail up. Very good, and now bring that knee back down. Let's make some circles with our hips. Moving around side to side. And now we'll do that on the other side. So start by lifting the left knee under, hug the knee in, nose towards your knee, and then send that leg back. First the leg is straight, then bend the leg, lift the head, lifting your tail up. Exhale as you bring the knee under, nose to knee. Inhale as you lift your tail. Let's do one more. Exhale under. Inhale, lifting the tail. Good. Place the knee back down and wiggle your hips around. Big circles. One way and then the other way. So we're going to walk our hands a little bit further forward. Have your hands nice and wide. Spread your fingers. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up. Head comes down. This is called downward dog. So we're going to walk the dog. We're going to walk our feet forwards. Walk our feet back. And do this again, walking forwards. Walking back. Good. So you're making that inverted V shape with your body. And now we're going to turn the toes in very slightly and we're going to waggle our tail from side to side. Waggle your tail. Good. Come back to stillness again and lift your hips all the way up towards the sky. Make that big, big V shape. Good. And then lower your legs down. Bring the knees onto the floor. Back onto hands and knees. So walk your hands further forward and bend your arms and bring yourself down onto your belly. Take a rest here. You can bend your arms, head on your hands like a pillow. Have a bit of a rest. Been working quite hard. And now you can bring your hands underneath your shoulders with your elbows tucked in. Your forehead is coming onto the floor. And this is called cobra pose. So imagine yourself like a cobra, and as you inhale, press into your hands and lift your chest all the way up, looking up. And then exhale as you slowly come back down. So imagine that you're like a cobra that's striking as you inhale, lifting up. Exhale down. Do this again. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Now take another rest. Bring the hands on top of each other like a pillow. Rest your head in your hands. Have a big rest. And from here, going to bring our hands back underneath the shoulders, press into your hands, come onto your knees, and then come back into that wide leg child's pose. So you will keep the knees together now. Bring the forehead down, wrap your arms around your body, make yourself into a little ball. Try to relax your shoulders. And then on your next inhale, slowly lift your head up, finding your way up. Good. Okay, so we're going to cross our legs, sit down, come back into this position again. So this is called Sukhasana, or easy cross-leg position. And I don't necessarily think it's very easy. It can be quite hard for some people to sit like this, sit comfortably, but it does help you find that place of ease. Maybe when you sit like this, you can find a place of calm. And now we are going to start to calm ourselves down again. as we're going to do some special breathing exercises so that we can feel calm and feel happy within ourselves. So this first one that we're going to do is called the hummingbee breath. So this practice we are going to be making a sound again, and funnily enough it's going to sound like a hummingbee. So we're going to stick our thumbs in our ears, so we're going to be blocking our ears. Wait a minute till I've explained. And then we'll be making a sound with our mouth. So you want to have your lips closed and your teeth are open. So we'll practice. So you're taking a breath in, slow through your nose. And as you exhale, you're making a humming sound like a bee from your mouth. So you're trying to get one sound and quite loud from the lips, teeth are open. So we're going to do 5 breaths together, and in the practice you need to keep your ears blocked so that you actually start to hear the sound inside. So you might notice the sound, but that's okay, that's good. It's a very healing sound, and it's very good if you have a very busy mind. This will help to quieten the mind, and hopefully you'll feel a little bit calmer and quieter after. So we'll make the sound together. We'll do 5 breaths together. Keep the ears blocked through the whole practice, and if you're comfortable, close your eyes. After the 5 breaths, open your ears and just notice how you feel. Let's do this together. Slow breath in. Seeing your ears. You can just sit with the eyes closed for a moment. Notice how you feel. This is a really great breathing exercise to do when you have a really busy mind and you can't, sometimes if you can't sleep at night because you're worrying about lots of different things and your mind is very busy, got too many thoughts. So this practice is really, really great to quieten the buzzing mind. So now we're going to lie down and we'll do another breathing exercise. So if you can lie down on your back, you can do this from a chair as well if you prefer. So lying on your back, if you are comfortable, have your legs straight. In this pose we call Shavasana. And we're going to bring our hands to the belly. So placing your hands over your belly. And then let your arms relax. So again, for this practice, if you feel comfortable, try closing your eyes. And you can imagine that you've got a balloon at your belly. And on your next inhale, imagine that that balloon is expanding in your belly. So you breathe in and fill your belly with air like a balloon. Fill your belly all the way so the balloon is fully expanded. And then as you breathe out, let the balloon soften, releasing all the air from your belly. So as you breathe in, feel your belly expanding like a balloon, pressing into your hands. And as you exhale, feel the whole belly can soften and relax again. So just doing a few more of these breaths at your own speed. As you breathe in, let your belly expand like a balloon. And as you exhale, let your belly soften. Breathing in, belly expands like a balloon. And breathing out, belly softens. One more breath like this. And now release your hands and just take a moment to notice how you feel after this balloon breath. Let your breath go back to normal again. Maybe you notice if you feel a little bit more calm. It's another really great exercise, breathing exercise to do. If you're feeling worried or stressed or anxious, it helps to calm you down. Hopefully you feel a bit more relaxed now. We're going to end with a tense and a relaxing process through the body. So you're going to be lying down in this position. And this will take a few minutes to move through the body. This is another great way to let your body relax. So it's a nice thing that you can practice. So we're going to start with the feet. So feel into your feet, feel into your toes, maybe even give them a bit of a wiggle. And now we're going to try and squeeze your toes in and scrunch your toes into a ball. So try and do this, and then as you exhale, relax your feet completely. We'll do that again. As you inhale, try and make your toes into a ball, squeeze into your feet, and exhale, relax your feet completely. Good. Okay, and now we're going to draw the toes up towards the shins. So drawing your toes up towards your shins. As you inhale, feel the whole leg is tense, and then as you exhale, relax your whole foot. So we'll do this again. Draw your toes back. Feel the whole leg is tight. Exhale, relax. So now think about your kneecaps, and we're going to try and activate or tighten the legs. So feel that you can squeeze your thighs together. Squeeze your thighs in really tight. Squeeze your whole leg, and exhale, relax. Do this again. Try and squeeze tight your whole leg, really, really tight, and then exhale, relax your whole leg fully. Good. Now bring the focus into the bottom, and we're going to tighten or clench the buttocks. So as you inhale, tighten, tighten, tighten. Exhale, relax. Okay, do this again. Tighten the buttocks. And exhale, relax. So now we're going to move into the belly. So try to draw your belly in. Drawing your belly in towards your spine. Try and squeeze it in. Exhale, relax. Do this again. Inhale, draw the belly in. Make everything tight. Exhale, relax. And now we're going to balloon the belly again. So as you inhale, balloon your belly up. And then exhale, relax your whole belly fully. And now start to think about your back and your shoulder blades. So you want to try and draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Squeeze your whole back. Exhale, relax. Do this again. Try and draw the shoulder blades together towards each other. Exhale, relax. Okay, now coming to the shoulders. So as you inhale, draw your shoulders up towards your ears. Squeeze them in tight. And exhale, relax fully. Let's do that again. Inhale, draw the shoulders up. And exhale, release. So now we're going to do the arms. So we're going to imagine that we're wringing out our arms. So you can turn them around a few times. Try and tighten them in like you're wringing them out. Squeeze it all in. And then relax. So do this again. Squeeze. And relax. Come into the hands. So we're going to stretch the fingers nice and wide. Stretching the hands. And then as you exhale, relax. Do this again, stretch the fingers. Exhale, relax. And now we're going to make our hands into fists. So curling your fingers in, maybe even wrapping them around your thumbs. Squeeze them in really tight. Exhale, relax. Do that again, making fists. Exhale, relax. Good. So we're nearly through the whole body. Now we're going to come up to the face. So first of all, we're going to release the jaw. So you can try and make a nice big yawn in your mouth. So open the mouth really wide and make a yawn. And then relax. And now we're going to stretch the tongue, so you can stick your tongue out nice and wide. And then relax. Release the tongue back inside the mouth. Let the tongue relax. And now clench the teeth. And relax. And now scrunching up your whole face. So imagine making a horrible, horrible face. Scrunching up. Scrunching everything in your face really tight. Squeeze it in. And exhale, release. Relax. How good does that feel? Do that again. Scrunch and scrunch it up. Relax. And now we're going to do the whole body together at once. So find as you inhale, you're going to tighten and scrunch up the whole body, even lifting the hands and feet up off the floor slightly, scrunching the face in. Squeeze. Exhale, release. Relax fully onto the floor. Let's do that one more time. In your own way, tighten the whole body. Squeeze it all in. Exhale, out the mouth. Sigh it out, relax your whole body. So for a few more moments, find stillness. Maybe even close your eyes. Does your whole body feel relaxed? Taking in a nice, slow, deep breath. Open the mouth and sigh it out. And start to gently wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe even stretching your arms up overhead, point through your feet, pointing your toes. Nice long stretch, waking up your body again. And bring the knees into the chest, wrap the hands around your knees and rocking from side to side, waking up your body again. And then rolling over onto your right side. Just staying here for a moment in this fetal position, all curled up in a ball. And then slowly find your way back up. Come back into leg position. Sitting with the spine nice and long, imagining the seed growing up through the spine, up to the top of the head. Bring the hands back to your hearts. And take a moment to imagine that colour in your heart again. Taking a moment here. Notice how you feel. And we'll end by saying Namaste, which means the light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. So thank you for joining me today. One more practice. If you like to rub the hands together and create a bit of friction, a bit of heat, and then cup the hands over the eyes. Feel that nice warmth on the back of the eyes and open your eyes into that warmth. Let them slowly adjust and then maybe rubbing the face and head. Good. Thank you for joining me today, and I will be seeing you again next week for some more yoga, to be confirmed. So yeah, please write any comments if you enjoyed this class, and yeah, I hope to see you again. So today was a bit of fun, so yeah, let me know what you think, if you enjoyed it, and hopefully we can do some more. Thank you so much.